Interesting. Mm. Welcome
Okay, so
to the first ever podcast, very first podcast ever.
very, very fast. So Alfie, I have a story to share with you.
Okay, Rohina.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
this person who I know has been accused. Let's call him. Let's call him Lucas. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas got accused of talking rubbish to. Let's call him Ben.
Mm-hmm.
So then Ben goes. Ben gets like loads of his friends to try and rush Lucas,
Mm-hmm.
but Lucas obviously backs down.
Interesting.
Yes, but then so he goes home, and then but later on, Lucas goes to the park,
Yeah.
and in the park he sees um a massive gang of people, all wearing masks.
And did you know anyone in the gang?
Yes, in fact, Ben was there,
Ben,
so Ben
yeah.
has got this gang,
So Ben is the
and
bad guy.
yes, he is,
Okay.
and he got this whole gang. They all had quad bikes.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
we're assuming they had knives.
Okay. I
Um,
like the assuming.
and yes, and Lucas's friend, let's call him
Timothy.
Timothy. I heard them say there he is. So obviously, Lucas and Timothy ran to his safe place, also known as his house.
Yeah.
Um,
Next, what's
but
happening next?
at this point, um,
He
Lucas and
shit
Timothy
himself.
had heard all the quad bikes
How do you know how do you know they were quad bikes?
because he looked out the window.
And did he tell you this personally?
Yes, he told me earlier.
Okay.
This is a completely anonymous story, of
Was this
course.
in daylight or night?
This was, in fact, in daylight.
And how many was there?
He says there was upwards of 15.
And how old did they look?
Well, sort of varies, but around 15.
Were they short? Were they tall? Did he tell you that?
There was quite a few of them. They were all kind of different heights.
Interesting.
But yeah, so that leads us on to the podcast on what the UK has become.
In
So,
today's
do you
society.
agree with roadman?
No.
Alright, so I believe that there should just be peace, personally. I don't understand why everyone wants to be roadmen at this point. There's
Well,
nothing bad about being a roadman, there's nothing hard about it.
yes. We should play an
Yeah.
obby. I'm not joking.
Or we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, man, we have to, there's like, it can't be just background, like, it's just speaking, it has to be some sort of,
I'll put on my podcast for it.
oh yeah, you could do that, man, it's just an obby, something to do while we talk.
Yes, so let's play an obby.
Mega
I'll
Roblox.
nah, join me, because I have a very good obby.
Yeah, okay, I trust your sense of taste.
So, anyways,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever thought about becoming a roadman?
Of course not.
That's good, I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, have you joined my game, Alfie?
Okay. I am joining.
Alright, so anyways, back to the roadman.
Yes.
I would like it just to be back how everything was in the 60s. Everyone loved each other.
The 60s, how do you know what the 60s was like?
I have a very old dad.
And how old your dad?
My dad is 63.
63. And you're 15.
Yes.
And how old is your mother?
My mother is 40.
Your dad is a paedophile.
We shall keep these names anonymous, however.
I'm not in your game. Nice.
That's very nice. So have you got any friends that are roadmen or would like to be roadmen?
Yeah.
And would you mind sharing their name, or will we keep that anonymous?
Well, we shall keep it anonymous, obviously.
Okay, do I know this friend?
I don't know, do you?
Well,
Well, anyway.
have you ever brought a knife out with you?
Well, not intentionally, no.
Not intentionally.
Well, I forgot I had a hunting
What
gun.
you brought your bag out, yeah? And there was just a knife in there. You
Well,
didn't
you could
realise.
say axe, but you know.
Oh, that's even worse.
What do you mean?
I
That's
think.
worse.
Anyhow, so I believe there is a genre of music
Mm-hmm.
that roadmen listen to called trap
Or drill.
or drill. Now, to be fair, this type of music is not too bad, but it is obviously associated with roadmen.
Mm.
Yes.
And what other, what does this, music include?
This music, it's just normal music, really.
So, what's so bad about it then?
Well, in some music videos, you can say there is knives.
Mm.
There are balaclavas that are
Ah,
used in these music videos.
really?
Yes, and
What terrible features.
yes, indeed.
And what do you feel about the crime rate in
Oh,
London?
crime rate is just through the roof, mate.
And how do you feel about other parts of the UK, not just London? Like
I feel that
Birmingham, for example.
I feel Birmingham is rather dodgy. There are quite a few roadmen in Birmingham.
In Eddie known gangs, would you say?
Um, but there is this one person who is a rapper.
Mm.
His well, he does trap, I believe. And he's called Roms, who lives in Bartley Green
Ah,
in
Barley Green.
Birmingham.
I'm familiar with Barley Green, yes. I've been there many
Yes.
times.
Yes, and he is known to be in a few gangs,
A few gangs.
and
I didn't know it could be
well,
more
no,
gangs
a
than one.
single gang, just one gang. But he is also known to not back down from anything, so he will do anything.
It's definitely not gay at all.
Yes, but so I do not believe in all of this.
What do you
I
mean? You
believe
don't, what do you not believe in?
I don't believe in the crime rate at
What,
the
you're saying
moment.
that you don't think the crime rate's real?
No, I don't believe that it should be as high as it currently is.
Ah, interesting standpoint.
Yes, because there is quite a few stabbings going on at the moment, and most of the people are quite young. They are in their teenage years.
And how many people have died from these stabbings?
Well, I do not have an exact number, but I know it is quite a few.
Would you say about 50?
I would probably say about that, maybe a few more.
And how many think you were severely injured?
Quite a few. I remember once actually, somebody was stabbed, but it was right outside my house.
And, interesting.
Yes, and it was in the paper, and it was on the news. It was quite a serious stabbing, but don't worry, the guy was completely fine.
And you live in a council estate, do you?
Well, yes. However, my house is not a council house.
And what is
We
it then?
was promised that um this will not be a council estate, however, we were lied to.
Heh.
Yes, you live in a council estate?
No, I live in a privately owned house.
Yes, my house is privately owned, however, the estate, different story.
What an interesting feature, good sir.
Yes. So, yes, anything else you can think to talk about?
Um, Child abuse.
Child abuse, oh. Well, I mean, I sometimes get abused,
By
but
who?
mentally, by my nan.
And
So
is
I am a
her name
male.
Danny G by any chance?
No,
Uh,
but I am a male, and I happen to have long hair, right?
mm,
And my nan
yes.
has before told me that I will get nowhere in life, and I will be a homeless junkie who will never have a good girlfriend or wife.
Wow.
And this rather upset me because she said all of this because I have long hair. She said, if you do not cut your hair, this will happen. And this made me rather upset.
And do you follow religion?
I do not. I am, in fact, atheist.
Well, what if you became Hindu? Wouldn't that mean you're not allowed to cut your hair?
Well, I mean, kind of. Not really familiar with these religions. As I say, I don't really follow a religion.
But you do say you're half Indian.
I am.
Then you should know, shouldn't you?
Yeah, so I don't really study the Indian.
But you must have relatives that follow religion.
I do, yes, but I don't really like to talk about religion because, as I say, I'm not a religious guy myself.
Okay.
But I'm also quite a musical person, and my nan once said to me, music will get you nowhere in life.
Once again,
Quit
the
now.
famous quote.
Quit now and focus on your studies and become a lawyer or a doctor.
You want to become doctor? You'll become doctor.
Oh, this made me rather upset because I love music.
What kind of music?
Wow, I like mainly death metal.
Okay, it's understandable that she don't like you. Because death metal sounds awful.
Oh, no, I would think differently.
Right, you are a goth, you would say, from your description about you.
Well, some call it goth,
Emo?
some call it
Trans?
hmm,
Transmania?
oh,
What do they call it? Would they call it transmania, would they?
oh, yes,
Ah, what an interesting subject.
yes, very interesting. Now on trans, are you a supporter of the LGBTQIA plus?
I'm fine with it.
That's if you've seen someone who is either lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, or asexual.
What's intersex?
I have no clue myself.
Mm.
But if you've seen someone who was this, would you make
Mm.
a comment or would you be completely fine with it?
Well, if I knew him personally, then of course.
Good, but say you didn't know them personally.
Obviously not.
That's good.
That is obviously a hate crime.
Yes. Also, in the plus, there's non-binary, there's pansexual, there's gender fluid. Do you agree with all of these?
Oh, gender fluid is what?
You sort of change your gender on the day, on how you're feeling.
What do you mean I can become a girl if I feel like it?
Well, sort of. But I myself am non-binary.
And what do you mean that you identify as they?
They them, yes.
And why do you do this? What do you
Well,
gain?
it was sort of an identity crisis,
And
which
you
it
thought
is for
like you
most
could get
people.
attention by saying that you were.
Well, no, it's you go through a phase where you don't feel comfortable in your own skin.
I haven't went through a phase. I'm straight. I'm a straight
Okay,
male.
yes, but I am also straight.
But you said you're non-binary, so how can that work?
Non-binary is just because I'm non-binary does not mean I'm not straight.
You
But
identify as nothing, don't you?
I identify as they them. But I went through a phase of believing I'd be better as a girl, which obviously I was not, but I didn't feel comfortable as a boy. So I am now non-binary.
But why? How do you feel uncomfortable?
I just didn't think I belonged in my, like, I just didn't think I belonged the way I was.
And why do you think this?
It's just sort of a crisis I had, and
Is it for attention?
no, not at all. In fact, barely any people know about this.
So if you're non-binary and you say that it's a crisis, why wasn't it invented before, like, in the Middle Ages?
Because people in the Middle Ages was not as intelligent as we are
Well, you had
now.
Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein was not in the Middle
He was in
Ages.
the 1900s. That's
Yes.
before
Well,
non-binary was a weird thing.
yes, because they did not believe in all of that then. If you were gay, you would get killed.
I don't think that would work. I think you'd be discriminated. It'd still be illegal to kill him.
Well, discrimination was a big thing in the 1900s.
So
There
the
was racism.
1800s. There was slavery in the 1800s.
There was
You're saying
slavery.
1800s was not worse than the 1900s. You're
I'm
being
not saying
racist.
I am not.
But why? How can you not be racist?
So I'm not
How
racist.
can you change your gender but not change your age?
Because age is completely different to gender.
But how?
Because age is a set thing.
And so is a gender.
No, because I haven't changed my gender, I have changed my pronouns.
But you identify as nothing.
No, I identify as they, them.
Which is what?
Which I am still a male, but I do not believe that. I believe I'm in the middle
And how can you be in the middle?
by being non-binary.
You're saying you don't identify as a man or woman.
I don't.
So then how can that be different from when I said, why can't you change your age, but you can change your gender?
Because your gender is a thing that you can have a crisis about, and that
Well, you have a
people
midlife
can...
crisis. You don't see people going from 60 to 20.
That's true, but gender is completely different to
And
age.
how? Explain.
Because gender, as I said, is not the same as age.
So are you a feminist?
I am not a feminist.
Do you know what the definition of feminist is?
Not a clue.
Neither do I. But anyway, you are a crazy person.
I am not a crazy person.
You say that you identify as they or them,
I do.
which is they, which is out of context. You say he or
not.
she. It's always been like that. What do you want to change it for?
This can be classed as discrimination
Why? Explain.
because you are disagreeing with
Yeah,
the
I can't disagree with an opinion.
You can.
Freedom of
I'm not
speech.
saying that. I'm not saying that though.
You used to call me you just said I discriminated against people that identify that.
Discriminated against me, just.
What, I called you nothing? What did I
No,
call you?
I'm not nothing.
So what are you then?
I'm a person.
So what? So you identify as they, which is in the middle of what? Man and woman. So you identify as nothing. What can you
I do not
identify?
identify.
What is it called then? If you're non-binary, what's your gender?
You don't have a gender.
Well, that's not. You can't have that, can you? You have to have a gender.
Well, it is a gender.
You can't magically change your
What's
gender.
still a
Like you
gender?
can't magically change your age. You're always born with the things you're set with. It's life. You get
No,
over with the
as
things
I
you
have
were
said,
dealt.
as I have said multiple times, age and gender are completely
But
different.
explain why.
I have explained why. I'm not going to explain myself again.
I didn't hear you explain why. Was I going to be asking again?
Well, I'm not going to explain again.
Because you didn't explain.
I'm not going to explain again.
Because you don't know yourself.
I'm not going to explain.
You are a sheep, but you are not a shepherd.
I am not a she.
Yes, you are.
No,
You want to
I'm
follow
not.
the crowd.
Because I've had an identity crisis does not mean I'm a she.
What? How's it explain an identity crisis? How's this work?
Hold on, my mother's calling me. Hold on.
Okay. See this crazy man woman cannot accept that gender can't be changed. Interesting. Interesting indeed. I just realised I'm playing an hobby.
Give me a second. I need to call my dad.
You have a dad? I'm surprised.
Shut your mouth, dickhead.
How dare you use that language? We are a kid-friendly show. This is Mikey Jackson's podcast. Is that a problem with you? Enjoyable footage of an hobby that isn't very enjoyable. That is not very nice. And do you vape, good sir?
I do not.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Are you definite?
Yes, I am definite.
So you're saying, on God, that you haven't vaped in your life?
Oh God, that I have not vaped. I do not vape.
On your father or your mother?
On my father.
That you don't vape?
That I do not
So
vape.
swear on him.
Swear on my mother.
That you don't vape?
That I do not vape.
No, that's a big lie, good sir. You showed me that you vaped.
I have not. I showed you that I've done it once.
Once?
One time.
Behind the scenes footage.
I've only done it one time.
And I might have a recording of that. But, you know, what's the big deal?
Are you still recording?
Yeah?
Oh, so I still have to do my recording voice.
What do you mean recording voice?
I have a recording voice.
Just speak normal.
You not noticed how smooth my voice is?
Okay, so today's episode. See you like that?
On today's episode of Smooth Bums.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, this is me when I'm not speaking my my posh voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying because I don't speak like that. I speak in a proper manner.
You speak proper English.
Yes, I do speak proper English.
As do I, big man.
That's not a real sentence.
Yes,
As
it is.
do I, big man.
Yes.
You mean so do I, good sir, or gents, or my name.
So do I, Alpha.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're improving your English. And how good are you in school, would you say?
Depends on your meaning good. Are we talking grades or are we talking behaviour?
Talking about behaviour.
Behaviour, I'm a goody two shoes.
Ah,
Around teachers anyways.
you mean around teachers?
Around some of my friends I do act rather
Weird.
yes, and I do stuff that I would get in trouble with if I was with a teacher.
Well, of course. You are
So-
15 after all. And so
Yeah.
am I. I've done things to get me in trouble.
Yes. Sure you have.
And how about grades? How are you in grades?
Oh
'Cause I'm a
well, you
history
know, I
critic.
used to be quite good, but then my life sort of started going downhill,
What, when you
and
identified as none of them?
when I had my identity crisis,
When did this
when
happen?
I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression.
When?
What do you mean when?
When did you have this diagnosed?
It was a couple of months ago
By who?
by a doctor.
Can you share his name?
I cannot share his name.
Because he doesn't exist.
He does.
Really?
He does.
Really? What date was it?
It was, I believe, the 3rd of November 2021, I believe.
So when you
I don't know off
was...
the top of my head.
Interesting. And how do you have anxiety?
You mean anxiety?
That's what you said, anxiety.
Well, it depends what you mean.
How do you have it? What's wrong with you? You crazy
Well,
cunt.
well, on the social aspect of things, I do not like speaking to people. I don't like meeting new people. It
Well, that's called
terrifies
shy.
me.
It's called being shy.
No, that is not shy.
So what's the definition of shy?
Shy is being scared.
And you
To
just
go up
said
in a crowd of people, I'm scared to meet a single new person.
that's being shy.
Scared to go up in a... No, it's not. It's
No,
anxiety.
fear of public speaking is to go up to a crowd of people.
Yes, but I do have anxiety because I've been diagnosed.
You mean shy? Can't
No,
be
I've
diagnosed
been
with
diagnosed with
anxiety.
anxiety.
How
I
can
get
you be?
anxious around people
You don't get anxious around me.
because I know you very well.
But how? If you have anxiety, then how could you know me?
Because I had the courage at the time.
Really? So where'd that courage go?
What do you mean, where did that courage go?
Where'd it go? If you have anxiety, why don't you bring that courage back?
Because I met you years and years ago before I was diagnosed with anxiety.
But how can you get something that you've already lived with?
What do you mean?
How can it happen?
How can it happen? I don't know, do I? I'm not a doctor.
If you have it, then you surely must know how you get it.
I don't, because I haven't done research on it.
You should.
Why?
You can understand then what actually you mean by what you're saying.
Yes, but what's the point?
What do you mean?
What's the point in researching?
I don't know. Do you want to research it?
It's just to have more knowledge that soon you're going to forget anyways.
Knowledge is the best. What you on about?
Yes, but you're going to forget that soon anyways.
Who
and
said?
then you're
Who
gonna
said you're gonna
die.
forget? Knowledge is key.
Yes, but don't forget we all die at some point.
Oh, not if you find great spiritualness.
No, because what's the point in life? Death.
No. God created us for a reason.
But I do not believe in God.
Well, I am a Christian Protestant.
Oh, I'm happy for you. I am not. I do not believe in a God.
You're saying that you're happy because you're not believing in God.
Yes.
You know what gives you purpose?
What do you mean, what gives me
What's the
purpose?
whole point in being here if you don't believe in a God?
What's the whole point in being here if you're just gonna spend your whole life worshipping something that's not real?
How do you know?
Because it's magic and magic does not exist.
But how do you know? God isn't magic. God works in mysterious ways. How can religion be formed? It have to be something that started it.
Yes, the Big Bang.
Big Bang was part of it. But you know, God created the universe in 7 days, 3 days. I don't know. Like I haven't read that Bible in a long time.
I believe in that. Big Bang created Earth.
No, God created Earth.
I respect your thoughts.
And I respect that you're going to hell for eternity.
I'm going to hell?
Yes.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it? I don't believe in heaven, I don't believe in hell.
Oh, what's gonna happen to you when you die then?
You turn into a spirit.
So you have to believe in something because that's magic.
No, it's not. It's part of life.
But how do you know? What happens then when you're a spirit?
What?
What happens when you're a spirit?
Well, I don't know, because I'm not dead, am I?
But how do you know you turn into a spirit if you're not dead? How can you know that, but not know the next thing after?
That's something that I cannot share.
But if you're not religious, that means you don't believe anything.
No,
You don't believe
because
in a God.
I've known someone that has previously been dead and was resuscitated,
Mm-hmm.
and he has told me
Really? Oh, can you
It was
share
like,
his name?
I cannot,
Why is this?
because it is anonymous.
And who said?
Me.
Oh, really? Hmm. And what, how do you turn into a spirit?
I don't know, because, as I say, I'm not dead.
Yeah, but spiritualness is magic. You say magic's not real.
Not part of
You're
life.
contradicting yourself.
Magic is not real.
You're contradicting yourself.
I'm not. Spirits aren't magic.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. It's part of life.
So if spirits aren't magic, then how are they formed?
I don't know, because
There you
once
go,
again,
because that's magic. Magic is something that can't be formed, something that's not natural.
and spirits are natural.
But how do you know?
It's a part of a natural human life.
But how do you know?
As I say, I've known someone that's been resuscitated
But how do you know they're not lying?
because he is a very close friend of mine and would never
Well,
lie.
close friend.
And as he went to the
Julius
doctor,
Caesar had close friends. He was murdered by them. You're trying to think of what next to say.
no, your point is,
Close friends don't mean a lot.
yes, but this close friend is a very close friend.
But how do you
He
know?
may or may not be a relative of mine.
Really? And can you discuss his age?
I cannot,
Why? What's wrong with saying someone's age?
because you will then soon figure out who it is. I cannot tell you that.
So who is it? I don't know any. No, I don't know most of your family. It's 4 people.
You know, there is 4 people in my family.
No, there's not. There's lots more.
Yeah, there's lots more that I don't speak to or hate.
So what is this age then?
I cannot tell you that.
Can I guess?
You may, but I'm not going
Is
to
it
tell
a
you.
woman?
It is not.
Which is a man?
It is.
Is he 20?
No.
Is he above the age of 20?
Yes.
Is it your father?
No.
Is it your niece's boyfriend?
No. As I say, I'm not discussing this.
You say you would tell me if I guessed it?
I said I would not tell you.
And what else is there to talk about? Boris Johnson. How about the Russian-Ukrainian war?
Yes, let's talk about the Russian-Ukrainian war.
What do you feel about it?
I feel that Russia is being an absolute idiot.
Well, he shall suffer in hell.
Yes, Putin.
Actions.
I mean, I do not believe in hell, but I believe Putin
And how
is...
can people be properly punished for their actions?
They cannot be.
But why?
What do you mean, why?
How?
How can they not be punished?
Yeah, but how can they be punished rightfully? By God?
Because because I do not believe in God. How can thousands and thousands of people die every minute and God somehow figures out where to put them?
Why there is such thing as called archangels.
There is also such thing as atheists, which is what I am.
Atheism.
Yes.
So why don't you think God exists?
Because as I say, I do not believe in a God.
But why? What's your reason?
Because I don't believe in God because it's magic. I believe in scientific
Name one scientific discovery this year.
Well, I don't know because I don't study science.
So how do you know that you're right?
Because I know that there was a Big Bang that created the Earth,
But
not
how?
a God. What do you mean?
How was the Big Bang formed?
Well, I don't know that because, as I say, I have not researched.
And how can you justify your argument?
I cannot.
Well, then there you go. Then how can you give us a proper response to the question?
What was the question?
Why don't you think God exists?
Because it's my beliefs.
Well, some beliefs are wrong, like Hitler. He thought
What?
all Jewish people were inferior. He was wrong.
Okay.
That's what his belief.
Okay, so
So you're saying that you believe in something. Beliefs are always
I
mostly
believe
wrong.
it doesn't mean it is right, but I believe it's right. That's all that matters.
Well, you're saying you're like Hitler then?
No, I'm not saying I'm like Hitler.
Well, you're not going to kill anyone, but Hitler believed that killing Jewish people are right.
Okay.
You're saying all beliefs are right.
I'm not saying that.
So how
I'm
can you
saying if
believe
you
in one?
believe something's right, then you believe in that, then what's the point
So why
in...
should I believe that you're they and them?
You don't have to believe.
Well, there you go
That's
then.
what I believe.
But how can I believe something that I know that's not real?
Exactly. I know God isn't real. How can I
How do
believe
you
in it?
know?
How do you know that non-binaries aren't
Because it's
real?
been proven.
It's been proven that God isn't real multiple times.
But how?
Scientists.
But who though? Who made science?
I don't know, do I? Because I haven't researched, as
But
I've
who
said.
made science? God. God made science.
No, because God isn't real.
Well, really,
As I say, I respect your beliefs.
God works in
Clearly, you
mysterious
do not
ways.
respect.
People. Why
Clearly,
would,
you do not respect my beliefs.
if everyone thought God was real, then everyone would believe in God and everyone would go to heaven. What's the point of
So,
that? It's
not
up
everyone
to,
believes in God.
because it's up to the people to decide if they want to go to heaven, if they want to take
No,
that
'cause
risk.
I don't believe in a heaven. I don't believe in a hell.
So do you believe in risks?
What?
Do you believe in risk?
Yes.
So why can't you take that risk and believe in God?
Because I don't believe in God.
But why?
Because it's my beliefs.
But why? What makes your beliefs real?
Nothing. I'm saying, if someone believes something, it's real in their eyes.
Hmm. But why?
Why? What?
Why do you think it's real?
Why do I think that God's not real?
Hmm.
Because it's my beliefs, as I've said multiple
But what
times.
makes that justified?
Science.
And then why? Oh, name some scientific discoveries that prove God is not real.
I can't because I haven't researched.
But you already said the Big Bang. If
Yeah,
you already
the
know
big.
about it, yeah. How was it made? How was the Big Bang formed?
I don't know because, as I said multiple
Because
times, I have not
that was
researched.
God.
What?
God made the Big Bang.
No, he didn't.
But how do you know? But
Because
how do
God
you know?
isn't real.
But how do you know that?
Because it's my beliefs. I
You say
respect
it was
your.
made by science, but
Listen,
God
I
made
respect your
science.
beliefs. Clearly, you do not respect other people's beliefs.
I respect beliefs, but you're just being unjustified in your beliefs.
Well, no, I believe what I believe. I don't need
So
to
I believe
justify
Michael
that.
Jackson's real and
Okay,
alive,
that's your beliefs. I respect that.
but I know it's wrong.
Okay, so
So why is it not a problem?
it's beliefs.
Why is many people in the past believing in God?
Why are many people atheists?
Or now, but not back then?
I'm sure many people in the past did not believe in a God.
No, a lot of people believed in Christianity or Muslim or Islam, or even
Okay,
Chinese.
but I'm sure a lot of people didn't also.
No.
Well, we now live in a society where there are a lot of different
But
beliefs
what
and a
makes
lot of
it
other things
change?
are possible.
What changes that?
What do
Because
you mean, what
back
changes?
then, people were people. What changes
Okay,
us? There was
we're more
humans.
intelligent
How do you know that?
because we have so much more stuff
Well,
that could
you
have
say
helped.
things can be wrong, right?
Yes, things can be
Then how
wrong.
do you know that they weren't more intelligent
Just
than
because I
us?
believe in something doesn't mean it's right.
Well, how do you know? Jesus was a real person.
Yes, he was, but he wasn't magic.
How do you know?
He couldn't turn water into wine. He couldn't walk on water. He couldn't
How do you know? Have you got any
bring
evidence to
people to heaven.
back this up?
Have you got any evidence that he did?
Yeah. People have been writing about it. That's how the Bible was made. They've been writing over thousands of years.
Yes, but I believe that the
What are the
Bible is
benefits of
wrong.
making God up? Nothing.
What are the benefits in believing in God? Nothing.
Well, God is real.
Okay, you believe that?
Because there's nothing to
I do
benefit
not
if you
believe
was
that.
making it up, would there? You'd just be
There's
giving
nothing
false
benefiting
information.
you, but just because I don't believe in a God doesn't mean there isn't a God.
Well, not just any God. God. The true God. Christian
As
God.
I've said multiple times, I do not believe in a God.
Well, why?
Because I am an atheist.
But what makes you an atheist?
Because I do not believe in a God. I do not believe in heaven. I do not believe in hell.
But why? That's the true
Because I
question.
don't believe
Why?
it's real.
Why?
Why do you believe in a God? I could
It's
say the
God's
same thing
real.
to you.
Because there's been proven by all the
How?
evidence,
How?
by the Bible
Yeah, but
and the
someone could have
Holy Cross
easily made
and
the Bible up.
Jesus' tomb. Jesus' tomb has been discovered by architects,
Okay, and your point is?
and it shows he was magic.
Jesus was a real person. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm saying he wasn't magic.
Mm,
But if you believe that, I respect that.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Clearly, you do not respect in other people's beliefs.
Yeah, I do, but I know you're wrong.
Okay, and
Trying
what
to
is
save
I
you from
still believe
eternal
in?
damnation.
What?
Eternal damnation.
Listen, I believe in what I believe. You believe in what you believe.
But what makes your beliefs righter than mine?
I'm not saying my beliefs are right than yours.
Yeah, but if you're saying that God isn't real, you're saying that my beliefs are wrong.
I'm not. I'm just saying I believe in something different.
But why? What makes you believe that?
Because
What's the benefit of being an atheist?
what's the benefit of being
Well,
Christian?
if you're being Christian, if there is a God, which there is, you'll go to heaven. But if you're an atheist, you won't.
Well, I don't believe in heaven, so
So what happens
it's
once you
fine.
die then?
I've told you this before.
What, your spirit?
Yes.
Then what happens then?
I
Because
don't
the
know because
Bible
I am
says
not
what
dead.
happens to us when we die. So what happens to atheists.
Okay. I don't know because, as I've said, I am not dead.
But you must have some sort of proof.
I don't.
Jesus came
I
from
just
heaven.
believe in what I believe.
He was born
I don't care
when
how
the
much people
Virgin
say
Mary.
that God is real. I don't believe in a God.
So about
There's
Virgin
nothing that
Mary.
can change my beliefs.
Oh, Virgin Mary. Jesus'
I
mother.
do not believe in Virgin Mary.
But she was Jesus' mother.
Yes, but how was she a virgin?
Because God gave her pregnancy.
No, I do not believe in that.
So who did then?
I don't know that, do I?
Because there's no clear answer. Because God did it. It's kind of
No,
like
because
mysterious
I do not,
ways.
as I've said before, I do not believe in a God. If you
Mm.
believe in a God, I respect that decision.
But why?
Why what?
Why did you respect my decision?
Because I respect your beliefs.
Mm. And
Because unlike you, I'm a respectful person.
I am a respectful person.
Well, you're clearly not respectful for my beliefs.
Because I know your beliefs are wrong.
Okay, so?
There's no problem with that, is there? I can say
No.
your beliefs are wrong. You can say my beliefs are wrong.
No, we all believe in something different. That's fine.
But your beliefs are wrong to me.
Okay, your beliefs are wrong to me.
Okay, it's your choice.
Exactly.
Why have you been denying?
I'm not. Why are you making this such a big deal that I'm an atheist and don't believe in God?
Of course, you're going to be eternal damned. It's going to be
No.
torture for eternity.
No, because I don't believe in a hell.
But why?
Because, as I've said before, I'm an atheist. I do not believe in a God.
But why?
Because it's my beliefs.
But what makes your beliefs beliefs?
Because I believe in them.
If it's scientific that you believe in, then it shouldn't be a belief. It should be evidence.
No, because there's no scientific evidence that God is real.
There's no scientific evidence that science is real.
Okay.
God could have made science. He created the universe. He can create science. He can create humans. Where do you think humans came from?
They evolved from apes.
And where did all the animals come from?
They were on the earth.
But from what though?
They've been on the earth for
But how
eternity.
can animals come from nowhere?
They didn't come. How can the earth come from nowhere?
God made it.
Where did God come from?
God. God is God. God is the creator of everything.
Well, how was God created?
How was science created?
How was God created?
God was created by him. He was a soul
No.
in the universe, and then took on human form.
No, because I don't believe in it.
So that's your fault. Then.
Okay.
There you are then. How long has this
You-
podcast
you
been going
believe
on
in what-
for? I have no clue, but it must have been for some time.
That's because basically you just bullying me.
I'm not bullying you.
You are, because you're saying my beliefs are wrong.
You know what the definition of bullying is? Doing something repeatedly. And what I've done repeatedly. This is the first time I've ever asked you about it.
Oh, you bullied me before.
By what?
Physically.
Really? I don't even know
Do you
you.
not remember year 7?
That was a long time ago.
Exactly.
That's before I found God.
I do not believe in God, as I've said.
Okay. Why do you bring that up?
I'm just saying, I do not believe in God.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
What, is that wrong? Am I not allowed to be an atheist?
Why are you still going on about it if you want to get over with? Someone obviously doesn't
You're
respect my
acting,
beliefs.
you're acting like there's something wrong with that.
No, you're right. You're the one who brought it up. I said okay. And now you can continue it. Why? Because you know I'm right.
No, because
God
you're
is
not.
real. What is not the what is the benefit of not believing in God? Nothing.
There's a benefit in believing in God. Yeah, you go to heaven. I don't
You
believe in
get
a
to go to
heaven.
the Silver City.
Okay, I don't believe in a heaven though.
But have you done research about heaven? Have you done research about God? How can you know it's not real if you haven't done research about it?
Where would heaven be? How
In
would
the
you
sky.
get there? What would happen?
Above the universe.
There's no proof in a heaven and a hell.
Well, God is heaven and hell.
How?
So he
If
created
God
it.
is this amazing creature or
God
thing,
created, and one of
Well,
his sons called
if God is-
Samuel,
if God is so amazing, then why did he bring so much crime into this world?
because Eve ate an apple from the garden. And if there is evil also, because how can you can't, every human can't go into heaven, can they? You have to be judged by their actions. You have to be worthy of heaven.
I don't believe in a heaven.
Just like one of God's sons rebelled against him, that's why there's a hell. His name was Samuel, now known as Lucifer, or Satan.
Okay?
So you're a goth, yeah?
No,
But you just said you were.
I didn't.
You did, earlier.
I didn't.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I have video footage, but okay.
You still recording?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm leaving you. I'm going to bed.
Alright. This was a fun podcast. Look how far we've got, man. Look how far we've got. So cool. Yeah. Really cool, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Good. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for watching, my friend. Thank you very much.